Looking for adventure in 2023? How does island hopping in Thailand sound? What about marveling at waterfalls in Iceland? Or tapas with your new BFFs in Seville? What about discovering the world with an awesome group of 18 to 35s? Explore all of this and more with Kontiki. You'll sleep in the coolest accommodation and learn from local guides and experts. Visit Kontiki.com. That's CONTIKI.com to book your next adventure. Kontiki. Travel together.
Ready to celebrate the dude that banished all the snakes from Ireland, allegedly? Well, you're gonna need drinks. So get them all from Drizzly, the go-to app for alcohol delivery. With Drizzly, you can shop local stores and can compare prices on beer, wine, and spirits. Then get them all delivered in time for St. Patrick's Day. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all locations.
Hello and welcome. What?
I feel like you have my microphone that I had before.
Do you want to do a switcheroonie?
No, I'm just going to be jealous from afar.
Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Meta Sidekicks. My name's Liv. This is M. Say hi. And we're your sidekicks to all things metaphysical, paranormal, spiritual, and in between, because as psychic mediums, we say so. So there. Today, in what is it, celebration of our second reaction video, part 2 to the Twin Paranormal's Haunted Hill House in Texas, we're going to be talking about what twin flames really are. So if you're interested in not listening about what twin flames are, but watching the Haunted Hill House second part 2 reaction for Twin Paranormal, go to the show notes and click a Rooney, the little YouTube-y link that's going to be there so you can watch it. Or if you want both, you can do both because you have the power to do that. So today, since they're twins, and Em and I are twin flames, we're going to talk about what are twin flames really?
This is a weird conversation. I was like, why are we talking about a video that we're not going to mention at all during this video?
That was my brain going, I'm not talking about Hill House again. How can I make this funny?
We're not talking about this.
Or this. Or this. I'm talking about this. Twin Paranormal and twin flames.
Mm-hmm.
So, what? Also, Em and I get a lot of questions about what twin flames really are. I think we talked about twin flames with Sheena Metal on her radio podcast too.
Well, did you research what other people think twin flames are?
I did.
Cool.
I'm prepared.
Because it's interesting that people think that.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to talk about what people think and what you and I, as twin flames and psychic mediums, think about twin flames.
Yeah, I think you should say what other people think first.
Yes.
Great.
I got it. So, what does the internet say about twin flames? According to mindbodygreen.com, they define a twin flame as an intense soul connection with someone thought to be a person's other half, sometimes referred to as a mirror soul.
Can you tell that she's being sarcastic?
That's my radio voice.
It's definitely not. Sounds like you're going to hurt yourself.
If we get on the Joe Rogan podcast, I
Please
will talk like this the whole time.
No.
Anyways, yeah, mirror soul. It is an intense twin flame soul connection with someone else to be the other person's other half, referred to as a mirror soul. And I put that I'd like to add that when I searched for the definition of a twin flame, soulmate came up as well.
Yep.
As synonymous.
Is it that people think there's one soulmate, or do people think there's multiple soulmates?
Now I got into more what I would say metaphysical ideas of things instead of it was more the Eastern idea of chakra thought versus the Western idea of chakra thought. So
how does that relate to this?
So you know how when you learn about chakras, if you learn about it from Hindu, Buddhist, Indian thought, it's way different than what they feed you here in America, which is the Western idea of it. So when I started to research a little bit more about twin flames, I feel like there was more of a Western idea of it and more of an Eastern idea of it, more of a metaphysical idea instead of this idealization that you can sell to people on mass production. So
it has stuff to do with, like, other cultures?
yes.
Or are you just relating it to metaphysical thought versus not metaphysical thought?
Correct. And the
Okay.
cultural importance of it. Whereas I feel like in our society, American Western
So is there
society,
one soulmate or multiple soulmates?
depends on the culture.
Okay.
So it seems that in our society, they think that you have one soulmate, but twin flames and soulmates are also the same thing. But if you look in the more like metaphysical, cultural idea of it, it's different. It's more of like what we believe. So anyways, I said we'd get into that later. The fact that twin flames and soulmates we don't think are synonymous for different reasons. So anyways, other commonly asked questions on the internet, such as, are twin flames meant to be together? ? Which I think is one thing that we talked with Sheena about, but
They're not meant to be together. What do you mean?
some people think that twin flames are supposed to be together for all in eternity and mostly sometimes all the time in a romantic sexual relationship. So that was one of the questions on the internet.
Some of you flatfoots won't meet your twin flame in this life, if that's what we're talking about.
It's are twin flames meant to be together? And the answer from mindbodygreen.com is that sometimes twin flames are meant to be together, but not always, because twin flames relationships are very susceptible to codependency and other toxic relationship dynamics. Sometimes it's in both people's best interest to simply walk away. Sometimes twin flames come into your life to teach you something, and then you're meant to go your separate ways. I don't...
That's presumptuous.
I don't think that at all, personally.
Presumptuous.
But anyways, I don't think a twin flame is gonna... that's not really how it works, so... but we'll talk about what we think later. This is just what the internet says. Another question of the interwebs is, can you only have one twin flame?
Yes.
The answer is, going by the commonly accepted idea that twin flames are two halves of the same whole,
No.
yes, you can only have one.
One of those things is correct.
This is up for debate, though. Some man or person called Spinelli adds, and it really depends on how you define twin flame.
Well, I think people think that is because of the that Bible story of the Garden in Eden, of how Eve was created from the like rib of Adam. So they think that they're twin flames or one soul comes from the other. That's, I think, why people think that, but that's not the case. It's kind of like you as a physical being creates a shadow because you're a light being, so you need something to happen as a result of it. So the universe creates one soul and then the balance of that soul. So there's two souls.
Two pickles.
Not one soul that's split into two.
Yeah, well, isn't Eve not actually Adam's perfect match? I thought Lilith was supposed to be, but she was like, screw you, I'm going off by myself, and if you want to make bad decisions, that's your own fault.
I thought that Lilith was like getting into this like sexy time with the devil, like was the devil's lady, but the devil was like, I don't need no lady, I'm an independent man. Bullshit.
Oh, I've heard stories where Lilith is the person that was originally created for Adam.
Interesting.
But
Lilith is the queen of hell.
She didn't want what he was selling. She was like, I don't want to have sex with you because you're stanky and you're not wearing clothes.
Well, the story goes that Eve was created by the rib of Adam, which is why they're called a woman, because they are created from man, from the wound of man. That is what you learn in Catholic school.
I'm sure that translates perfectly in every other language, including the original language the Bible was published in, which is for sure English, and that definitely translates to wound of man.
That's what I was learned.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not making fun of you.
I know. That was what I was learned in Catholic school.
About it. Yeah, I always heard that Lilith didn't want what Adam was selling, and then
Well, we're not talking about Lilith.
Well, no, it makes a lot of sense though, because she's like, screw you, I don't
think
like
Lilith is the twin flame.
Yes, 100%. I think that would be hilarious because she's teaching him what he should have been learning instead of going with the flow. That's fucking what you do to me every goddamn second of my existence.
Where did Lilith come from?
She was created by God.
I know, but Adam was the first person to exist, and then Eve was the second person to exist, and then they made people.
I thought it was Adam existed and then Lilith existed and or at the same time. I'm sure they were made out of clay because creation stories love to make things out of clay.
No.
And then God was like, you're here to populate the earth. And Lilith was like, screw that. I don't even know this guy. He hasn't even taken me out to dinner. And God's like, that's not cool. And then she decided to like go away. And then he's like, you're a part of the devil. And then they probably just talked some schmack outside of a Walmart parking lot to say that she was screwing around with the devil. Because that's how every freaking bad school story, whatever, what is it called? What is it called when you lie about people? Rumors. They just started smacking rumors about her. And then he's like, here, eat, Adam. I'm so sorry that this lady didn't want to have sex with you when I told her to. I'm going to make someone better for you.
Yeah, Lilith has parents.
From where?
I don't know. I looked it up. It says Lilith is the daughter of Mephisto and Ariel, sister of Lucian.
I think that's the Greek thing.
I don't know, dude.
Anyways,
I've never been taught about Lilith in Catholic school, okay?
Interesting. I'm just telling you what I've heard from internet and not talking to fucking anybody about anything because I'm not religious or went to the Catholic school. We can debate this. I'm sure people might get offended or get really into it. So let us know what you want. You can go to the, I don't know, contact tab or something to tell us things. She's looking it up further. Did I blow your mind? I'm sorry. I'm probably wrong.
I just think you're wrong.
I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Because I don't understand why you're getting this. Out of revenge, Lilith had sex with Adam while he was sleeping and stole his seed.
That is not correct.
That is the first thing that comes from Google when you search.
That's hilarious. I've always heard it's the other way around. She didn't want to have sex with him, so then God was like, okay, fine. We're just going to talk smack about you.
She bears Lilithum, earthbound demons to replace her children killed by the angels. Lilith also said to be responsible for males' erotic dreams and night emissions. You're welcome.
That sounds like a lot of schmack.
That does not sound like a twin flame to me.
No, that sounds like a lot of schmack. I'm going to have to see where I found that stuff out and see who's actually right and who's talking schmack.
Yeah, so in Catholic school, they teach you about Adam and Eve, and I feel like that is why the people think twin flames are one person, because they talk about how Eve came from Adam's rib.
It'd be funnier if she came from his Adam's apple.
That's what we're talking about, not Lilith.
Anyways, if my thing is true, then you understand what I'm talking about. But it's probably not, so whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm an uncultured swine. It's okay. So, according to healthline.com, they answer the question, what are the signs of a twin flame? By giving you some signs.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, the first sign of identifying your twin flame is a sense that you're meeting yourself. Multiple similarities, sometimes uncanny. A deep connection. A desire to grow. And the prioritization of growth over being in a relationship. And the last one is the meeting of this other person signifies a major change in your life.
That's probably why no one knows if they've met their twin flame. If you want to know if you've met your twin flame, think about who the person is that is your Sasuke if you were Naruto. End of story. End quote.
End quote. I think you should say it again for the people in the back.
Well, if you are the Sasuke in this case, who is your Naruto? End quote.
There we go. All right. And now the question from Medical News Today answers the question, what is a twin flame relationship? With the answer, a twin flame relationship involves two people who share the same soul. Once these twin flames meet, This results in an intense magnetic attraction and connection, and these individuals share similar past experiences and traumas.
No.
All right, so are twin flames and soulmates the same?
They're like rectangles and squares.
Well, according to Wikipedia, a soulmate is defined as a person with whom one has a feeling of deep or natural affinity. This may involve similarities, love, romance, platonic relationships, comfort, intimacy, sexuality, sexual activity, spirituality, compatibility, and trust.
What are we talking about?
They just gave us a whole bunch of fucking adjectives. I don't know.
For what?
For what a soulmate is.
Oh, that was a soulmate.
That was a soulmate, which also comes up in a Wikipedia spread when you...
I thought you just started going off on adjectives. And I was like, okay, so what's the difference?
No. When I looked up, define a twin flame, soulmate comes up and Wikipedia gives you that definition.
A twin flame is a soulmate, but it's like a rectangle. Not all soulmates are twin flames.
Correct. So this is the one thing that is it gets a little more interesting. So on masterclass.com, they differentiate soulmates and twin flames by stating, many cultures believe a twin flame is one soul split. Twin flames reveal parts of one another and might share similar behavioral tendencies. On the other hand, the idea of soulmates is two souls with a special emotional connection. Soulmates are compatible but might have different personalities. Now, I think of all the silly things that I was reading when I first just looked up to find a twin flame, Allure.com has the really good answer to the question. And the question is, can you fall in love with your twin flame? And they say, contrary to popular belief, the concept of twin flames is not the same as soulmates. Your twin flame doesn't have to be someone you fall in love with, although it often is.
Does a soulmate have to?
I don't think so either.
Okay. I was like, wait, your soulmate is supposed to be like your lover?
So they say your twin flame
Is that why there's only one of them?
They say your twin flame doesn't even have to be someone you fall in love with, although it often is.
Disgusting.
I load you. This kind of high-level soul-based connection isn't about romance. It's about spiritual growth, says Vejos. I don't know who Vejos is, but he's in the quote from Allure.com. Now, what do you have to say about that?
About what?
So, do you think twin flames are one soul ripped from someone else?
No, but my spirit guides are saying that people believe that because characteristics differing between twin flames are so opposite that they think that it's ripping a soul in half.
Mm-hmm.
So the similarities is the fact that you've been chopped from the same apple. But one apple is the dark side of the apple and the other side is the light half of the apple.
But really, you're just two apples on the same tree sharing a fucking place to stay. And one of you has anger issues and the other one also has anger issues about different things. And you can't not be friends.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like if you think about water.
Don't we say yin and yang?
Well, yeah. I'm going to say it's like water, how water is created. It's hydrogen and oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
They balance each other. If you take them apart, they are more like combustible. They like to be together. You know what I'm saying?
You're adorable. Don't fucking talk science to me.
Well, because people are like, well, they have to be together the same. But it's like they have to balance each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the elements wanting to be balanced with another element. If they aren't balanced, everything blows up.
Mm-hmm.
So the universe creates balance, in which case twin flames are born.
That's cute.
It's something.
I load you.
So, if you want to know what a twin flame is, do you have more?
I have questions for you.
Oh. A twin flame, according to us,
the hard-hitting facts.
your twin flame is the balance of your soul. So, if you're trying to figure out, is this person my twin flame? Most likely, they are going to have a lot of similarities to you, but they're going to go about them in the exact opposite way. So, in one of my live streams, I'll have a lot of people ask me, what's a twin flame? Do I have my twin flame with me? So I described the plot of Naruto because if you want to be my friend, you need to know everything about Naruto. So Naruto, there is a character who is about the show. His name's Naruto. And he is Liv. He is, believe it, sunshine, rainbows coming out of his butt. And then Sasuke is the exact opposite in the sense of he's got the smolder for days. You know, he is the other half of the whole. So, if you think about their journey as two people, they have a lot of similarities, but they have dealt with it completely different. So, Naruto is an orphan. However, he went out into the world to find more people to be with. Sasuke is an orphan, and he wants to destroy the village. They have the same thing that's going on with them, but they're doing it in completely different ways. So your twin flame is the exact balance of your soul, but is the exact opposite complement of your soul, which is why people think it's one, but it is in fact two. Oh, that your cat almost killed herself. She smashed her head against your computer.
Do you need a helmet? Is your brain okay? You better now. You just want to be up here where you're not supposed to be. Okay. All right. We're going to talk.
She's like, I almost dislocated my neck.
Oh. Can you dislocate your neck or does it
Yeah,
just
it's
break?
called dying.
I was going to say.
Community is always worth celebrating. The same goes for the businesses born within them. And with Drizzly, the #1 app for alcohol delivery, you can find the biggest selection of beer, wine, and spirits that are Black-owned and women-owned and more. Then get them delivered in under 60 minutes. Now you can sip with purpose and discover great drinks with stories worth celebrating. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to start sipping with purpose.
Okay, I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, questions for M. Do you think that you're always meant to live with your twin flame at the same time?
No. Liv and I are not in a relationship. I know that that's going to make a lot of you sad, even though we tell each other that we're wives. Liv is married, which was a sad day, you know, for all of us involved.
Yeah.
But we have talked to people, i.e. Abby. We have a podcast of that, where her twin flame is in spirit. So they can't actually meet physically in person because she didn't incarnate with her. And there's other stories where your twin flame, we met someone, their twin flame was like on the other side of the world. They're not going to meet either. The only thing that's important is that they both exist because they are the balance of each other's soul. So again, if you don't have your balance of your soul, explosions happen until you can find balance. So that's what science says, at least.
That's what science says.
What do you think?
I think it's true too. When you incarnate, you as a soul choose to incarnate. Just like you pick your spiritual team, your spirit guides when you incarnate to help you. I feel like you and your twin flame also decide whether or not you're incarnating at the same time. Because incarnating with your twin flame at the same time is fucking hard. It is a lot. People think it's like sunshine, butterflies, and like sexual escapades, and it is not. It's lemon, lemon, hard lemon.
Well, it also depends on the soul. So, like, Liv and I, we are generally incarnate together because we are checks and balances of each other.
We're also assholes that like to overachieve.
But we also have met souls that flip-flop because it's easier for them to, like, learn lessons and push themselves forward when there's someone cheering them on from the spirit realm.
Mm-hmm.
So, it depends on what your soul needs.
And what you guys decided to do as a game plan. So, I think in our next life, our future life, we're in a romantic relationship. But in this life, it's purely just me looking at Emily and wanting to hold her hand. But that's about it.
And apparently, I play the boy and the girl in two different parallel situations. So does that mean there's a parallel universe where we're boys doing this podcast?
Fuck, I hope so.
And if so, can you talk to them? And don't tell me you can't. You're talking to my future self as a dude.
I feel like we wouldn't do this podcast, though. We would do something different. I feel like we'd own a different company or a different business together that's much more manly.
I'm not manly, though.
In that life, you'd be a dude, though.
Doesn't matter. I wasn't manly in my last life.
What's the definition of manly? You were very in touch with your feelings, and I think that's manly.
That is not manly.
Why?
The societal view of manly is not that. It's, oh, look at how big my arms are. I can't fit through a door, you know? That's how I feel.
That's how I feel right now.
Way.
I told Bradley the other day that it is with a straight face that I wish if I was a man I could have a beard. He's like, I fucking wish I could too. Anyways. Yeah, I feel like we would have like a construction business or something.
Ew, no.
I know that's really weird, but I'm just saying the first thing that comes to my mind is we'd have a construction business.
You would do it without me.
No, you'd probably be a part of the marketing or the graphic design, like architecture, like figuring things out on the computer.
I'm telling you, that sounds boring.
That's why we're not in it right now.
Boring.
I think it would be fun. I like to shake babies and kiss hands and build things, so, you know.
Boring.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Next question. Do you think there is a way to find your twin flame? If so, how?
You don't get to choose that.
I found you.
Did you get to choose that?
Fuck no. Well, okay, but we did use a pendulum to figure it out. And
what does that have to do with choosing?
I was really sad for the longest time. You're like, I think my other friend is my twin flame. I was like,
yeah.
No.
You want to go over what you just said that people say a twin flame is on the internet?
No, I don't remember. What did we say?
That it would be my friend that was far away, bro.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But it could be her that far away. I mean,
they literally talk about twin flames being like a replica of you on the planet.
And is she a replica?
She literally is in a relationship with another dude named Jared. Tell me that's not the same person.
I mean, you are in a relationship
that's weird,
with
right?
A person named Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She is a twin flame in the context of what people think twin flames are on the internet, which is a split soul that is literal like you, but in a different place.
Got it.
But that's not what a twin flame is.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's any way if you're supposed to, you're going to, and if you're not, you're not?
Yeah. It's just the same way how you're going to meet other people.
That's true.
If it's written in your soul contract, you'll meet someone.
That's true.
Yeah.
You think in a parallel universe we figured out that we were twin flames by doing the Macarena?
By doing a pendulum, but instead with a crane, since we're doing some weird construction bullshit. That would have been fucking scary, dude.
That would be really funny. All right. How would you describe what it's like being in a twin flame relationship to someone else? If someone was like, you were in a twin flame anonymous group and you had to just talk about your twin flame to other people to like, for therapy, what would you tell people it's like?
Here is the entire series of Naruto. Please watch every single one. Watch
Jesus
how the
Christ.
relationship between Sasuke and Naruto happened. Oh, you don't like that? How about My Hero Academia? You can watch the entire series of
Midoriya
Deku and Bakugo.
Yeah.
You're welcome. A lot of people like to do shows and movies surrounding people that are twin flame-y.
Yeah, I'm just tired of people asking me, okay, and I shouldn't say this because it's rude, but a lot of people ask me, what is it like being in a relationship with your twin flame? Is it the best thing ever? And I'm like, I love Emily.
It's like
and
Naruto
I would do
and Sasuke.
everything for you, but it's so hard.
Yeah, she likes to tell me how hard it is to be in a relationship with me. It gives me the confidence, you know?
It's very hard.
And I tell people it's like, here's the series of Naruto.
Just watch all of it. Yeah. It's everything that you don't know, your twin flame is going to teach you, and everything your twin flame doesn't know, you're going to teach them, but you're probably going to do it in a way.
But you also can't communicate it. It's like being on a coin and your twin flame looks the opposite direction of you. So every time something happens, you're like explaining the backside of the situation and they're explaining the front side of the situation, and you're both like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. You have to teach them things, but you'll do it in a way that they fucking don't want to do it, because as twin flames, fucking Sasuke wants to kill everybody in the village to get over his loneliness, whereas Naruto wants to make friends with everyone in the village to get over his loneliness.
Yeah.
Very opposite.
And then everybody loses their arm. Chidori!
Wait, I already almost lost one of my arms. Does that count?
I almost broke my middle finger on my left hand by falling off a horse.
It was my right arm. I almost had my right arm taken
I
off.
almost had my left arm taken off.
Fuck you.
We're Sasuke Naruto.
Wait, in the comic, the anime, is it opposite arms too?
Well, yeah, because they're like shooting each other. I think so.
Wow.
Here, I can still look up a picture.
Okay, good. I asked Bradley one day that if I didn't have my right arm from the elbow down, if he would still love me, and he told me no.
It's conditional. Yeah, it is. They're opposite arms.
Oh, great.
See? You had to cut out the blood by making it black because it's Japanese.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Anyways.
Seriously.
So if I did lose my arm, then we wouldn't be twin flames because you almost lost your arm. So that's why we both almost lost our arms.
Because you lost your right arm and I lost my left arm.
Yeah, it's correct.
No, look.
I see it. I hate
Where's
you.
Sasuke and Naruto? You're welcome.
That's how I find Em in places that are crowded and I don't know where she is. I just scream.
Sasuke!
Yeah.
Naruto!
So that's how I'm going to find you when we go to the Maple Syrup Festival.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Next one is, what has being a twin flame in a twin flamey relationship taught you?
I don't understand the question.
What have you learned from our relationship?
What have you learned from our relationship? You can have the question.
That I love you. Also, I'm saying, okay, there's this like weird movie where this girl falls in love with this character, but she's like some Mexican princess person, and she's very large, and she has little tiny trapdoors throughout this house. And anytime this guy who's walking around tries to do something, she just like comes running out of the walls like a gerbil and is like, I love you. That's just what I want people to think about when I talk to you.
Gets them into one of the trapdoors and puts them in her basement and then creates a shrine.
Possibly. I don't know.
Have you watched Hey Arnold?
No. My mom said I couldn't watch that show as a child.
You should watch Hey. Why?
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch things on Cartoon Network, really.
It was on Nickelodeon.
Was it?
Yep.
I wasn't allowed. She didn't like that I watched SpongeBob. I only watched SpongeBob at my dad's house. I wasn't allowed to watch like Ed, and Eddie
In
or
Hey
Arnold.
Arnold. The girl that's in love with the main character creates a shrine of him out of bubblegum. It's in her closet. You're welcome.
Are you
It's a
trying
lot
to
of
tell me
bubblegum.
something?
No, I'm trying to ask you if you have a bubblegum sculpture of me in your closet.
Not bubblegum.
Okay.
A twin flame. What I learned in boating school is
You have to use your big toe first.
you're really good at helping me process things in my brain that I can't process without talking to someone about it, which is good because you've gone through a lot of things that I haven't gone through or have yet to go through, and you're like, I already did these things. You're a dumbass. This is why it's easy. And I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I am 13, so.
I know you have a lot more wisdom on my 103.
You know?
So that's nice.
It's hard when you lived so far, like, long ago, you know?
Yeah, but I also have like a complex about it though, because
She's 101, but she thinks she's 103.
because you're dyslexic.
Because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah. So a twin flame relationship is when your twin flame knows you're 101 but says you're 103, so you just
And
go
you're
with
both
it.
dyslexic, so you believe it.
Believe it.
And now no one knows how old you are.
Yeah.
Dude, that's going to happen when we're 103.
Are we going to live to be...
Truth?
I thought, wait, we're not going to live to be 103. We're going to live to be 73.
I know. But technically you're already 103. So we would just tell ourselves we're 103. It's probably why we die so soon. Dyslexia is a bitch.
That's true. No, but sometimes I'm still an asshole because my thing is, even if I have people tell me things because they've already gone through it, I'm like, screw you and your I don't know, I don't want what you're selling, and I'll still just have to figure it out the hard way anyways.
Be told by another fire sign.
You are another fire sign. I just need to do it anyways. And it doesn't matter. And then when I still do the fucking wrong mistake, you're like, that's okay. I still love you. You're an idiot,
Was that
but I
a fun
love you.
thing for you to do? Everything's on fire now. Only you can prevent wildfires.
And I'm sitting there with a flamethrower going, yeah.
Yep.
It's about right. That's the twin flame relationship.
Yeah.
When you don't want to do something and you know that you should do it anyways because it'll make you a bigger person, and your twin flame's like, I'm going to do this shit, so you should just do it because we're friends. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to do it. But then you do it anyways because your twin flame's doing it, and then you're fucking better for it anyways. And you're like, God damn it, I hated this whole thing. But I did it because I love you, and I learned a lot from it, and now I'm a better person. I'm never going to say that to your face because you didn't teach me anything. Screw you. That's a twin flame relationship.
Oh, there's someone sitting in the doorway.
Well, when you look like that, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Who the fuck is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I saw a shadow walk past that way.
Is it my soul leaving my body because I'm hungry again and I just ate 20 minutes ago?
I don't know. You're welcome.
I don't know. I saw like a person that was a man and a woman, but they both had like sandy brown hair, and they switched back and forth from being an old man to a young man to an old woman. So
you're welcome.
I don't want to
just keep seeing random people.
Don't tell me that.
What?
I have to be here by myself.
No, not here. Just in general. Like yesterday, I was Snapchatting, and I was like in the corner of my eye, saw someone walk up, and I look over, and I'm like, oh, there's someone standing next to me. Have a nice day.
Okay,
so while I'm finishing my Snapchat.
It's you, not me. Got it. As long as it's you and not
well,
me.
I mean, there's someone in here. Or there was. I watched them walk down the stairs.
Fennel and Sniffles aren't bothered, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Because they're used to it. They probably see them all the time.
I was downstairs the other day, and there was somebody in my laundry room.
They're also facing the opposite direction.
Oh, Fennel?
Both of them. They were looking out the window.
To the window. To the scary thing in the doorway. Yeah, no, Fennel likes
scary.
Fennel likes to stand in my kitchen and woof at me when she's bored or wants me to do something because she's bored. And the other day she was staring at someone in my laundry room that I felt like was a man, and I just ignored it. I was like, oh,
yeah,
you think there's I kept asking her who was in there, and she came over to me and like snorted and then walked back over and looked in there like, there's a fucking person in there, my guy. And I was like,
that's the dude that walked down the stairs.
Disgusting.
Just telling you, there's a dude there.
You're avoiding the question.
He's just walking down the stairs. I don't know.
What is being in a twin flame relationship and a twin flamey relationship taught you?
It hasn't happened in your house yet, so. But it's been happening a lot to me where I've just been seeing people.
How does that make you feel?
What, that there's people in your house? Or that I'm seeing people?
Yeah, that you are seeing people.
I don't know. It freaks me out because my spirit guides told me that I don't see things, so.
Well, I'm seeing them too, so you're not losing it.
No, that
if that's
I
what
make
you're worried
up
about.
what I see.
I'm seeing it too. You're not making it up. I asked my guides. They're there.
I don't know what that means.
I was like, wait, am I just seeing
I know
the
that
things
they're
that
there.
she's seeing? And they're like, no, they're actually there. She's fine.
Yeah, no. I know they're there. But that's why I create an image of them, is what I'm saying, is my spirit guides explained to me. It's not
Cringe.
that I'm getting the visual information from someone. I make it up because I supposedly know what it's supposed to look like. It hurts my brain. You're welcome.
What did you learn in boating school?
What do you mean?
What has being a twin flame in a twin flamey relationship taught you?
Everything. I don't know.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
It's too complex for me to pinpoint things. That's why I told you to talk about it.
Well, you tell me that every time you see me, you see your trauma.
It's disgusting.
And I don't understand that. You still haven't explained it to me.
Yeah, because you're one of those people that experiences the same things as me, except you do this lovely thing that you talk about a lot. That is, I'm just going to ignore it. So it's really cool. Yeah.
Like what?
Like the big fiery building, you're like, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's annoying because you could do something about it, but you don't do anything about it. That's what I mean when I look at your trauma and then you don't do anything about it. And I'm like, you could do things about it, but you don't want to do things about it because you want to ignore it. Twin flame relationship.
Is it because you've gone through it before?
What do you mean?
Like you've gone through the...
I don't know what your question is because I know you're asking me a different question than what you're saying.
Yeah, no, you have gone through the trauma. So when you see me ignoring the fiery building that is my trauma, you're like, I've already put out that fire and I could help you put out that fire. But you don't want to put out that fire. So I'm just going to let you keep walking down the street with the buildings on fire.
Well, no, it's more like when people complain about things and then they don't do anything about them, it's frustrating. I'm one of those people that are like, oh, I have a problem. Yeet, off cliff. Fixed or made worse. But now I know that I can solve the next problem. It's an Aries thing.
Interesting. So that's what our twin flame relationship has taught you.
Well, that's what you're asking me, so yeah.
That you can fix problems.
No, it's that I'm watching your trauma, but you don't want to do anything about your trauma, and it's the exact opposite of what I would do.
Mm.
So
interesting.
That's what you asked me.
It's not what I thought you would say.
The answer to the question is you've changed a lot of my perspectives of things, but it's not something I can just pinpoint onto one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good thing.
But you were asking me about how I see your trauma. And it's like you have similar trauma, but you say, well, I'm just going to ignore it. And it's frustrating because I'm not one of those people that are, I'm just going to ignore it. Yeah. So
just let it go.
And then it gets worse.
Nah.
Exactly. Frustrating.
All right. So do you guys have any twin flame stories that you want to share with us? Because if we get enough of them, we could have an entire future listener stories all about twin flames and or soulmates. If you'd like to share your story, you should go to the website in our website in the show notes and click on the extras tab to submit your story today.
And the link will bring you to the extras tab.
Yeah.
In the show notes.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that part.
It says, share your story here or something. You just click it. It's a good time. Emily set it up for success. She's looking up a dad joke. I don't have any more.
Neither do I. I've just been looking on Patreon. So if you want to give us jokes on Patreon, I've been going through them.
Yeah, you could go and join our Patreon in the show notes. And we appreciate everybody that's listening and allowing to make this possible. If there's some sort of topic that you want us to cover too, you can tell us in some sort of form on social media or something. And we'll mull it over. You know what I'm saying? If you could like and rate the show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify too, that would help us a lot.
Okay. This one is brought to you by the robot that mediates our Discord server. You ready?
Yeah.
Why is the new Kindle screen textured to look like paper?
So that you can get paper cuts?
So you feel right at home.
Wow.
That is brought to you by the yagpdb.xyz bot on our Discord server. Because someone was talking to them. You're
That's
welcome.
Good. All right. Until next time, we are your meta sidekicks.
I don't got any other ones.
Okay, good.